Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and today I have prepared an amazing one-stroke nail art for you. Have a preview of it in here. Absolutely fantastic, and I hope you really enjoy it how to do this design. So let's start. I'm so excited for this video. So I didn't prepare all my tips because I get to ask sometimes like how do I do it. So guys, the stand is separated from this gold thing and I use a drop of the base gel to secure it so it doesn't move. And then there is a thing which is called blue tack, and I take a small, it's like a plastiline, so I take a small piece of that and just place it on the stand. And then we do have the tips. They are coming like in a set of the tips. I don't have like a full one because I usually separate them, so, and I store them like in a box. And then I will just apply it here. You can see they have been attached, so there's like a wee thing in there, and quite often I would just grab a file and I will touch it a little bit, just like this, to get rid of that. You could also change the shape of them so slightly, as well, like make them more pointy by filing a little bit more here at the free edge, so depending on the shape you want. Then I would use a buffer, and it's a gray buffer, and just give it scratches to it. Okay, so this is the way I do prepare the tips, and I do actually really like them because they are white in the background, and quite often when you're practicing something, that will be just perfect because it saves you so much time. You don't have to paint it white, and white is usually quite time consuming to paint, I would say. So that's the advantage of the tips. Okay, that's how I'm preparing them. Here we are, and I've got those new collection. You guys seen me working with this collection before. We are gonna do a wee ombre with it and then some nail art. So the first color is 293 Disco Darling. And I'm just thinking, yeah, that's the way we are gonna do it. So the more difficult way. You can see they are so beautiful, like nice and creamy consistency. Absolutely amazing. And then 294, a purple one. And I'm just painting this color on the bottom. Because they are so highly pigmented, it should be pretty simple to make an ombre, and for my design I should be happy with one layer. I've got my forms in here, and I've got a sponge. So usually I cut out a small piece of the sponge to the size of the nail I'm working with. Okay, which means this will be just about like this. And I keep this one because quite often it will be fantastic for a baby boomer. So like I usually store it on the forms, but make sure like they are not too sticky. So what you could do it is you could take a form and like tap it on your hand, like to make it a little bit less sticky. Get the fingerprint in, and then you're not gonna rip off your sponges. Okay, so place this one here. I do like to use the tweezer for these things as well. So remove all the dirt and fluff which might be on the sponge, and there is always lots of it. And then we are gonna do the ombre. When you're doing it on the client, clean part of the sponge touch the nail folds, so you get a nice and decent look. And of course, I have been doing it many times, guys. There we are, many times in a salon, and you could see it. Like even you can cut the shape of the cuticle as well to make your life easier, but it comes like nice and clean, up and down. Oh gosh, they are ombring, like the ombre is gonna be so beautiful. Absolutely amazing. And if you want to get it really pigmented, what would you do is sprinkle it with the clear acrylic powder. I might actually not even do that because I quite like it, the way it's turned out already for my background. So let's cook it. I actually love it. Then the purple one in here, so they kind of go together. Purple one in here. And the blue on the bottom. The blue one, 295, rolling wave. And again, I would cut a fresh piece of the sponge. Remove the fluff. You want to go up and down a little bit as well, and then to the sides. Okay, so there is quite a few different movements. And of course, the more you tap, the better results you will get. That seems quite nice. Leave it alone and cook it. And another color combination, so we are gonna go, and this is what I love with the collection as well, like you've got such a simple way of creating those kind of rainbow nails, and you don't have to think of like which color goes with next one, because they all kind of going together like really beautifully. And another sponge. You can sometimes use one side and the other side of the sponge. I'm not going to do that. I will just have a fresh piece for every single nail. Plus I've got some left over for another combinations. Remove this fluff. If your sponge is shorter, you have to tap it like with the top part, with the bottom part, and then blend it in the middle. But as I say, usually if you've got it to the size, it's much better. Perfect, let's cook it. And I'm also gonna twist my body a little bit more into opposite way. There we are. And then we've got that one here. And the yellow one. This yellow is actually so pretty. I think that's one of the nicest yellows I have ever seen. And the number is 297 and it's called Skating Star. Obviously the sponge also absorbs your gel polish quite a lot, so to stop that thing, thank you Patrick, he's just giving me a little room so I can twist my hand. To stop that absorption, you sprinkle it with the clear acrylic powder, but I'm gonna try it without of it, because I do feel they are actually pigmented enough. So when I'm doing a second layer and I don't use acrylic because I am quite happy with the coverage, I would just apply a drop of the product, like whatever, like somewhere in the middle, then grab my sponge, because sponge already absorbed some product, which make my life easier and leaves more in there. Look. So even without of acrylic, these gel polishes are giving a really fantastic results. Do not go like too much like this motion, because you bring in the air bubbles. You want to a little bit massage that in. And I want more purple, so I can come up higher with the purple. Very happy. And if you want to get the color exactly like from the bottle, then you sprinkle with acrylic. I'm not gonna do it because I want them to be really nice and pastel-y. And again, I want more blue, so I'm going a little bit more with the blue. To save myself a time, I just slapped a tiny bit of those mint color. There we are, that's a blue one. And honestly, the tweezer is so great because you are not touching the things with your fingers. Awesome. And the yellow one, and of course I'm gonna go more for yellow. And what I do is like, because this is a perfect ombre combinations for on the sponges, I would keep my sponges in a drawer, like away from the sunlight, and I would reuse them for the same color combination. So whenever I will want to do that kind of ombre, I will reuse it. And if they are protected like this on the form, which is not overly too sticky, you can get quite a decent amount of the use from them. So yeah, I'm gonna put them here. And then grab some matte top coat. You could do it with the high shine as well. And even if I'm top coating it, I would still give a couple scratches to it. Let's top coat it, matte top coat. Because this is a perfect background for our one stroke flowers. I actually love them together. That was a nice idea of doing all ombre that way. Because it's so nice, pastel-y and delicate. Really pretty. And I cannot wait actually to see them all together, because that will make it even more interesting. And it gives you an idea as well, like what you could do it on the client's nail. So you could do each nail different. And then maybe on the ring finger, just a wee flower. But I'm gonna cure them now. And then once they cook, we can grab the UV cleanser to remove the inhibition layer and give it a couple scratches to it. So even if it's a matte top coat, I like to almost like smooth it out the surface, because the top coat gives its thickness and a texture. So by doing this, I'm kind of making the nail even nicer. Grab another one and another one. And this is what I want to see it. I want to see them all together. Yeah, definitely great idea. Also, let me know which ombre combination is your favorite one. I think they all have something in them. This one is standing out so much. Also, blue and pink would be amazing, like, and yellow and pink would give insane results too. So many different combinations. Okay, paints, and then we are gonna start a fun. I will keep it simple, probably. I'm gonna grab, so what I like to do it is I use baby wipes to squeeze out my paints, and I'm gonna actually use that from the back of the form as well. So I will have a tiny bit in here. And I'm squeezing out a drop of different colors. Actually, I'm gonna do it that way because this one is at the end, but there is still plenty inside. And I keep it to the last drop, like. And each time when I'm closing it, I would go like and clean it quite nicely as well. Don't search it, no, I have to use, so Patrick runs to grab me a fresh one because I've got it on the side. No, I have to use this one first. There is lots of paint inside, like, guys. I mean, even if I cannot squeeze it, look, there is so much paint inside. I would say this will last me. Yes, you can use spatula or you can just touch it like I did it, but that will last you like, oh gosh, like you could probably paint 100 flowers out of it. So no, not gonna take a new one. I actually put them, I had some colors dabbled on my desk and here, and I put them aside and I pick up the ones which are the most empty, because I want to use the empty ones first, and then do the other ones. And you can see magenta is my favorite one. That's why I was running very low on this one, because I keep using it all the time. But I want to squeeze almost all the colors. Just a small drop of them. And this is actually quite plenty. That's what lasts you for a long, long time. The only thing is like the acrylic paints are drying in the air. So please take that into the consideration and try to don't squeeze out too much of the paint. I usually do it only so it's enough for like a one single use. I've got some water in here, so let me take all those gel polishes away so they don't disturb us. And I've got my one stroke demaster brush, so it's a level 2 one stroke brush, and we can start painting the first flower. So usually on my higher point of the brush I pick up the lighter color, and on the other side of the brush I pick up the darker color. I find that this kind of color combination is best. As you can see it, I dip in my brush in the water, so it's a little bit on the wet side. And you want to really get your paint mixed nice. So do really take enough time to mix your paint. If you don't do that, you don't get a really nice results. And we can start painting a first flower. Okay, so first of all, I want to do some nice large petal, which is gonna be on the back. And another one in here. And the shape of the brush is like amazing. It allows you to paint a really beautiful flowers. The first petal, you could see it was a little bit too wet, and do not touch it if it's too wet. You have to wait for it to dry a little bit and you can correct the shape. The biggest mistake you can do it is actually touching the product too soon. Okay, now I'm gonna do another one which is coming from behind. And because I loaded my brush quite nicely, I can paint quite a decent amount of the flowers from the one pickup of the paint. Just gonna come closer to you guys. I don't want the colors to be too separated because then it looks too fake, I would say. Now this is still wet, so I cannot touch it. I need to search for a different place, and this is going to be a bottom petal here. Nice and slow. Get those paint inside like really well. And then another petal on the side in here and on the bottom. The other ones are behind that previous flower, so I cannot squeeze them in there. Now, for the petals which are kind of coming in from behind, like on top of another, you want your mix to be a little bit cleaner. Like I want more white so it stands out. Okay, so here my white turned it almost pink, but on this second one, you cannot go too high because it wouldn't be visible. You need to have a pink visible in there. And look, my white is whiter, so this way this petal really stands out from the previous one. Okay, and I can paint another one, so come to the point, only make sure you still have those pink visible underneath, and then just a wee one on the bottom, twist my brush. Come to the point where you've got it something on the sides. That's plenty. Let's do some leaves. And without of cleaning my magenta, because that's the color I have used in here, I just dip it in some green. So this will give me some sort of green, dirty green. I quite like it that way. Bring in a drop more of the water. Actually, I've got it here. Just so your brush is not too dry, because if you keep your brush too dry, you're really damaging it. Actually, I'm gonna even use more white. So the green is just a touch of it. That's perfect. And then just painting a nice leaf. So hardly of the green color in there, mainly white, but I quite like it because it's very delicate. And another leaf on the top. You can go like this as well, like a zigzag to the top. And then just touch it on the side. That gives quite nice leaves. Another way you could paint the leaves is you could go, let's do a big one in here. So wave, 1, 2, third one is there, and then coming back, just the same 1, 2, like a wee wave. So different type of leaf. That's plenty, don't overdo it. Clean my brush. So when you're cleaning the brush, make sure is same like when we're working with the fine brushes, you want to keep the point. Here you want to keep the brush flat. Okay, so I'm kind of flattening my brush and leave a drop of the water on it. Okay, I want this water on my brush to make it behave nice. Now I'm gonna grab the Tyler brush and a tiny bit of white paint. It has to be very watery. My brush have been used before, so I need to kind of retrain it a little bit. Ideally, you want to separate set of the brushes. I quite often terror my brushes and I use the same one. So I need to always kind of give them a couple minutes to get used to new product. And what I'm doing now is like here and there, I'm just gonna touch it up with some detail. Very watery, as I said, like as much water as possible, but also almost not existing amount of the product on your brush. And then we are gonna do a couple of the, oh, I didn't grab the black, but it's fine. We can make some sort of darker color by mixing magenta with the green. Add some blue. So I'm just making some dark color. There we are, we've got very dark color to put it inside my flower. Very uneven, like as much uneven as you can do it. So it almost looks like pollen. Oh, that's so pretty. Clean my brush, dip in a yellow. Couple yellow dots. And then some white. The longer you play it, the nicer actually middle of the flower you can do it. But I want to keep them salon friendly, so I wouldn't playing that's long. You could also add the green into it and other things. Add some detail in the leaf. Like, you know, a wee veins in there. We can also add some simple things, like even a wee line. Ideally, the D-liner brush would be better, because with the Tyler brush, you have not, you cannot paint that long lines. But since this brush is prepared, I'm just gonna stick with it. And then couple dots. You cannot go wrong with the dots. Please be very gentle on your brush. I would say leave this design alone so we can keep it nice and simple. And I love the fact that the acrylic paints dry out so fast, so you don't lose the time cooking it. You just go straight away with the top coat, and it's almost like a drink the water and become life. Look at this, it becomes darker, more visible, like more detail on it. Absolutely amazing. And I love the ombre background for it. Honestly, like, there is no better technique. Like, I think I fancy some one stroke flowers on my nails too. White, maybe some one stroke. I need to think of what I want to finish my nails with the design. Now let's do another color combination here. So get some water into my brush, and then we are gonna go more of this color combination, but I want still a drop of magenta in there. Mix it. Oh wow, oh wow. And let's do another flower. Oh wow, look at this color combo. Obviously I can go a little bit faster because I have already explained some things to you. I actually loved it so much. Get those magenta in. Even if it's just a drop, I think it looks absolutely brilliant. Okay, you can see the paint is shiny, which means it's not ready yet for the next step, and I'm not even trying to touch it because you will destroy it. And the reason for it is, like, I took quite a wet paint. Then I've got another one. Let's do it one more. A bit drier paint now, and I'm gonna do like small bats. 2 of them. Yes, hello Lucky. Lucky is back, absolutely. Get those magenta in, even if it's a slightest touch. And we're ready to start putting a next layer. So I'm gonna go now in between those petals and do a second row of them. And twist this one the other way, actually. So it's more like this petal is a little bit bended. This one is dry enough. Bring it down white, touch white. And we've got 2 tiny flowers in there. This is dry as well because my paint was a bit drier. And I'm going to go over the space again. The reason for it is my white wasn't white enough, so this petal did disappear a little bit. And then squeeze a wee tiny one in here. And I'm painted just more with the tip of it. Okay, add some detail in there. So again, I did bring some water in there. Now purple one in here. So I've got a darker background. More of this purple in there. Actually, I don't need to do it anything else. Let's do it inside of the flower. Drop of yellow. You keep doing lots of the sweet dots. Drop of green. Again, drop of yellow. The darker color on the bottom. Tiny bit more. white one. And with this one, I went a little bit longer, like playing with those detail inside. I'm gonna do it even more, just to show you like those nice middle white outline. Again, we don't want to waste too much time, so I'm just doing a tiny bit here and there. Look how much it changed the shape of the leaves. You can even twist it at the end. Twist that one as well. It's like a magic garden. Couple dots. Or actually just one. And this one, and let's go back to that one. Ideally, you want to have a separate brush for your dots. Okay, that's a nice pollen. For this flower, gosh, I actually missed it. I missed it so much. And this is a technique I think I could like continue and paint the entire day. Because it gives so amazing results. Okay, that's plenty, leave it alone. And then we are gonna apply our top coat. Hi Shine, where are you? And again, things become alive. I would still call them level 1 flowers-ish. Level 2 will involve more detail and more shadows. Okay, then we've got this one. So for that one, we are gonna go with blue. We are gonna go with blue. So white, blue, possibly even some green, but probably white and blue. Let me just get some room. Okay, nice. Large petals. I like to sometimes change their shape so slightly. Now my paints are also start drying a little bit more. So I will need to take that in consideration when painting and picking up the colors. So more water in. What else you could do it is like you could put the drop of the water on an actual paint to prevent it. Okay, here on the top. And the slower you paint, the nicer results you get. I find it quite often I would just go and touch it, like especially in a salon, like doing a fast designs. I would do like touch, touch, touch. That's it, done. Okay, almost dry. That's plenty. Keep it simple. And then go to my dark mixture. I need to bring in more of this water in. I mean, you don't have to color those middle of the flowers. Like you could go and paint it with the same blue color as well. I just wanted to do it something so slightly different. White. Nice and decent amount because we will outline it. Just to make it nice and visible. Okay, the veins inside. So for the outlines, I do have to bring in quite a lot of water all the time. And this one, I want to also show you, I might actually outline a little bit more. Because you can change the shape of the petals. You can go inside. And in there, just try to find those wee waves. Wave in here. So I'm finding those natural bends in the petals. We've got it in here. So the middle, I'm gonna keep it even more simple. It is gonna be 2 rows of the dots. And since we've got some dots, couple of those lines. Also, lace looks amazing as well, like with those kind of nail art. I always love doing some lace. It is fantastic. And then more dots. So it's like a magic flying around it. Grab the top coat. We've got another one done. Honestly, sometimes takes longer to apply the sticker. I think so. But they look like a wee stickers. I love One Stroke. If you guys really enjoyed it, you have to hit the share button. The brush I use is the Tyler brush and the One Stroke Demaster brush. It is an absolutely fantastic one because of the size of it. Like, you know, the biggest trouble sometimes is like finding the right size of the brushes so you're able to paint nice and beautiful things. And here we are gonna go for, Patrick, yellow or green?
Green.
Yellow then. I'm sorry, I keep doing it to him all the time.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, we are gonna do Nice and beautiful yellow flower. A very simple one. Just 5 petals and something on the top. I just wonder what would happen if you would say green. No, if you would say yellow. I would paint a green flower probably. Yes, we could. We could paint a calla lily or something. Second row of the petals. Get some green as well. Because it's gonna go, like with this design, the green is gonna go. Oh, we should actually do green and yellow. I think that would be a good color combination as well. But anyway, I'm gonna use some green for the leaves, but like a really strong mixture. Nice leaves. And this time, guys, I do leaves just by the moving, like,
Stroke.
yeah, once, like this, just like go at the angle and then go to the top, and that's it. So we painted just leaves. Okay, get those inside. So touch of red to my yellow, just to make the inside darker. Dot in here. So here is like a half a flower, half a flower. And then the white. And I need to pick up pretty pure white because yellow is quite a light color. And otherwise it wouldn't be as visible. Okay, so sometimes my white is a dirty white, like, and it might contain some pink. In a case of those flowers, it is really pure white. And another thing is like, you know, when I'm mixing the colors, if I would use pure white, I wouldn't be able to highlight it because it will be white. This is what I find it like as one of the biggest mistakes as well, like when someone is trying to paint one stroke or those kind of nail art, you making the colors too separate. I'm just going to show you that in a second. Can't talk too much when I'm doing the tiniest outline. Okay, so completely different type of the leaves. Okay, leave it alone, don't overdo it. Nice and pretty flowers. Absolutely amazing. So what I wanted to say, I will show you that, guys, quickly. If you pick up, say, let's do this color combination. If I show you my way first. So when I'm mixing the color, it's already my mix. So when I'm mixing a color, I would use this color combination. Do I have any tip? I don't, probably. I use this color combination because it gives you a really nice and beautiful, I don't have a ready tip, but anyway, it just gives you a nice and beautiful contrast still. And then when you go with the white, you can either add a drop of those pink color, and you could just, it is okay, Patrick, you could highlight it and your white is really visible, so you can do it nice and thin. But if I would do it that way, like, so quite often people are really stressed to have the colors separate, like most of the people like pick up the one stroke that way, and then you've got that, okay, so like everyone paints like this one stroke. And then you go with your white, and it's not outline because it's not visible, okay, so that's another secret for those of you who have hold it on for such just long time with us, because we probably took ages for this video. But as I say, I love painting my one stroke flowers. I could do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, honestly. If Patrick
so
would
make a challenge.
We can make a challenge. What challenge?
How long you will do one stroke on one day?
How long I will do one stroke on one day? Yeah. Depending if you connect me to the P maker, I could probably make it how long I cannot sleep. 24 hours. 24 hours I could, no problem. One stroke? One, huh?
We can do a stream.
A live stream? Oh no, are you crazy? Yeah, if we hit like 1 million views on one video, on this video, there we are. If we hit 1 million views on this video, I'm gonna do 24 hours challenge with one stroke.
You know, we don't have a chance to get me.
Why? We've got some videos which had that amount.
500,000 people.
No, 1 million, and I do 24 hours. So keep guys sharing this video if you want to see me painting one stroke 24 hours live.
I wish to see this challenge.
You wish to see this challenge? I think it would be pretty nice. I would last it, like, you know, Red Bull, and here we go. I would manage. We didn't sleep 30s.
Oh yeah, of course.
I would manage, and you know, like, yes. Or I could just close my eyes for 5 minutes and I would just paint a background, like, you know, I'm so good at it. I sometimes don't look what I'm doing when I'm doing. But look guys, how pretty they are. I love them. So amazing flowers. Very easy, simple, one stroke. And you cannot get wrong with that. Like, it is just fantastic for any time of the year. I'm sending you huge glittery hacks, and looking forward, guys, to seeing you in the next video. So keep sharing till we get 1 million views for our challenge. We both sending you huge
cross the fingers, guys.
You cross the fingers, oh yeah. Anyway, we sending you huge glittery hacks, and bye!
Bye.